What did we learn last time?
Fraction.
Very good.
Fraction.
So guys, till now we have learned what's the meaning of a fraction and how do we represent a fraction. Then we learned how do we compare fractions. Do you still remember?
Yes.
We learned that about
Yes.
numerators, denominators, and we learned about equivalent fractions, right?
Yes.
Okay. Today,
Divide and multiply fractions too.
very good. Today we are going to learn how do we add and subtract fractions. Okay, so our objective for today is to learn how do we add and subtract fractions. So I want you to pay attention very well. Okay,
I watched the video.
that's good. Perfect. Yeah. So as I told you, our objective is to add and subtract like fractions and to add and subtract unlike fractions. So we are going to learn what's the meaning of like and unlike and how do we add and subtract those fractions. First of all, you should remember that the bottom number of a fraction is called the denominator and it represents how many parts, how many whole parts do we have. So if you look at this circle, into how many parts it's divided?
Four.
Four. So the denominator should be over four. Very good. So this picture represents 4 parts. So the bottom number for the fraction or the denominator is 4. So for example, if you colored this part, then we say that one colored part out of 4. Out of 4. So 4 represents the whole number of parts. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, let us continue. So, if you look at these diagrams, the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one, let us see the denominator in each one. So if you look at the first one, how many parts the circle is divided?
6.
6 parts أول وحدة يا حسين.
2.
No, 2 يا مس. لا يا مس، مع بعضنا عم نحكي بأول وحدة. خلينا نطلع على أول وحدة. So 2 parts. So the denominator is 2. Now the second one, into how many parts?
6.
That's why the denominator is 6. So for example, if they asked us to color 4 out of 6, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 parts out of 6. Now what about this?
8.
8. So the denominator is 8. Now this part,
5.
the denominator is 5. هادي أو اقعد منيح أو بعمل لك ريموف من السيشن. مش هيدي مش قاعدة هيك. يلا. Now this circle, into how many parts it's divided?
3.
So the denominator is 3. Okay? Yeah, let us continue.
غلط بالفورث.
ليه؟
Fourth one. لأن 5 the denominator. You don't have 7.
هيدي حاشرح لكم اياها ان شاء الله later. What's the meaning of 7 out of 5? 7 out of 5 إذا بتتذكر قلنا we need another circle. Okay? Yeah. Now, what if I want to add fractions using figures? Let us look at the first figure. How many colored parts do I have?
One.
One out of what?
One out of 3.
So the first fraction represents 1 out of 3. Do you agree?
Yes.
And what about the second figure?
1 out of 3.
So both of them, if I want to join them in one drawing, how many figures are colored?
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Of 3.
So that's how we add them using figures. But what if we don't have a figure? What if we don't have a figure? Like for example, suppose you want to add 5/4 plus 3/4. Here we don't have a figure, right? So how can we add them? That's what we are going to learn in this lecture. So we are going to learn how do I add fractions without a figure. So of course there is a way to learn this. Let us start. I'm going here to use figures in order to observe at the end what did we do. Okay, let us look at the first one. We have 3/6. Hassan, please mute. Hassan, كلنا mute. بدي الكل يعمل ميوت. كلنا mute please. Yeah. So the first one, in the first fraction, we have 3/6. So I'm going to color 1, 2, 3. Let us color them. So this is the first one, the second one, and the third one. In the second fraction beside it, I ask you to color 2/6. So we are also going to color only 2 boxes. So we got 2/6. If I want to join them in one figure, that means I have to color first the first 3, then color the second 2. So what do I have in all? How many colored parts?
5.
5/6. Perfect. Let us do the second one. 2/9. So I'm going to color two boxes out of 9. 5/9, we also need to color 5 boxes out of 9. If I want to join them together, that means I have to color the first 2, then color the 5. Then what do I get?
7/9.
Very good. Now here we have 1/3. So I only colored one part out of 3. Also 1/3. So I also colored one part out of 3. So all in all together, it's 2/3.
2/3.
Now here we have 2/10. And here we have 3/10. So if I want to join them in one figure, so I got 5/10.
5/10.
Okay, guys, now I want you to observe what's happening. Look at this, please. 3/6 plus 2/6. What did we add actually?
3 plus 2.
So we only add.
We added the numerator.
What about the denominator?
It's still the same.
It's still the same.
Still the same.
Very good.
Denominator
So guys, that's it. Step number 1. What do you need to do? Keep
Just multiply the numerator.
Keep the denominator. Step number 2, add the numerator. That's it. Okay, so they are easy 2 steps. The first step, you have to keep the denominator as it is, just copy it as it is. Step number 2, add the numerators. Is it easy?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So let us continue. So when you add or subtract fractions, you have to copy the denominator as it is, then add or subtract the top numbers, which is the numerator. So look at this, 5/4 plus 3/4. What's the denominator?
8/4.
Answer my questions only. What's the denominator?
8/4. 4.
4. So the denominator is 4. So the denominator is 4. So I need to copy the denominator. We copy the denominator as it is, which is 4.
Yes.
Now you should add the top numbers, which is the numerator. What's 5 plus 3?
8/4.
So it's 8/4. So you just add the numerator, so you get 8/4.
8/4.
Is it clear? The same
Yes.
thing
Yeah,
we're going
yes.
to do, the same thing we are going to do in subtraction. Look at these two, 7/5 minus 2/5.
What? 5
What?
over 5.
Miss, I'm not answer my question for the second time. What's the denominator?
5.
5.
What do we do with
5.
the denominator?
We
Keep it as it is.
We put it as it is. So we put the fraction over 5. Now, what's 7 minus 2?
5. 5.
And now we put 5 on the top, so we got 5 over 5. So they are very easy steps, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let us start
Yes, it's a really easy
practicing.
lesson.
Let us start practicing. I'm going to choose Asim.
Yes.
Yalla ya Asim. In the first one, we have the others mute yourself. We have 8 over 5 minus 2 over 5. Asim, do we have the same denominator?
Yes.
Then what do we do with the denominator?
Copy them.
Copy it as it is. What about the numerator, 8 and 2?
We don't copy them.
We subtract them, right?
Yes.
What's
Yes.
8 minus 2?
6.
So it's 6 over 5, right?
Yes.
Excellent, Asam. Now, guys, what do we call the fractions that have the same denominator? I'm asking you. What do we call the
fraction?
Yes, Lana, thank you. We call them like fractions. So fractions that have the same denominator, we call them like fractions. Yeah, I'm going to choose Rina Mahfouz. Rina?
Yes.
Yalla dear. We have 5 over 3 plus 2 over 3. Do we call them like fractions?
No. Yes.
Why?
Because we have the same denominator.
Excellent, Rina. So what do we do actually with this denominator?
We copy it as is.
We copy it as it is. Very good. What about the numerator?
The numerator is 3.
Numerator, what's 5 plus 2?
7.
It's 7 over 3. Very good, Rina. Yeah. Zahra,
Yes.
yalla Zahra. 8 over 6 minus 4 over 6. Are they like fractions?
Yes, they are.
Why?
Because the denominators are the same.
Very good. Yalla, subtract them.
Okay, 8 minus 4 is 4, so the answer is 4 over 6.
Excellent. Very good. So it's 4 over 6. Very good. Yalla, Lana.
Yes.
We have 10 over 4 minus 3 over 4. Do I have the same denominator?
Yes.
Then what do we call them?
So it's a like fraction.
Very good. Yalla, so what's the answer?
7 over 4.
Perfect. It's 7 over 4. Thank you, Lana. بدي علي رضا حمود.
Yes.
علي يلا يلا. Ali, we have 3 over 4 plus 2 over 4. Do I have the same denominator? Ali?
Yes. Yes.
Alright. If I have the same denominator, then what do I call those fractions? We call them like fractions, right? Yalla, give me the answer. What's 3 over 4 plus 2 over 4?
3 over 4, 7.
لا يا miss. We add the numerator. We add the top numbers. Yalla, add them. 3 plus 2.
5.
5 over
4.
Excellent. So the answer is 5 over 4. Very good, Yani. Okay. Any questions till now?
No.
Yalla, let us continue. So we already learned how do we add and subtract like fractions. Now, who can tell me what's the meaning of unlike fractions?
The
Denominators are not different. Different numbers.
Very
No,
good.
but it
Excellent. So when I have the denominators, not the same. So
not the same.
unlike fractions, they have different denominators. If you look at these fractions, 2 over 3, 3 over 4, 5 over 6, and 5 over 8, do I have the same denominator?
No.
No. So definitely we're not going to add them directly. Of course, I can add them or subtract them, but I need to do one step before adding or subtracting. So I need to make them the same. So I need to change them from unlike fractions into like fractions. We already learned this in comparing. Do you still remember our previous lesson when we used to make the denominators the same by multiplying or dividing in order to compare them? In this lesson, we're going to do the same. So we are going to make common denominator for the fractions in order to change them into like fractions. Do you still remember them?
Yes.
Yeah. So changing from unlike to like, it's very easy. There are only two steps. The first step is to find a common multiple that will go into both denominators. And then we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator in order to get like fractions. I want you all, guys, are you listening to me? I want you to prepare a paper or your math copybook in front of you because you need to practice. So I will give you 1 minute to prepare yourself. Bring your copybook or any scratch paper with a pencil. Quickly, because you have only 1 minute to prepare yourself.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Done.
Okay, I think you are all ready. Let us start.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so the steps are very easy. Let us look. Here we have two fractions, 2 over 3 and 5 over 6. I want you on your copybook to list the multiples of 3. Do you still remember how do we list the multiples? We learned this in the first semester. We used to list the multiples of 3.
We used to go to school.
Yes.
Like 3 times 1 and 3 times 2, 3 times 3.
Yes, yeah, list the multiples, please. List the first 5 multiples of 3.
Of 3?
Yes, list on your paper the first the first 5 multiples of 3. Yeah. So 3 times 1,
3.
so you put 3.
3.
3 times 2,
6.
3 times 3,
9.
3 times 4,
12.
3 times 5,
15.
15. And we stop, okay? Now list the first 5 multiples of 6.
6.
6,
6 and then 12.
12,
6, 12,
18.
18, 24,
24.
and then
18, then 24.
30.
Is it?
Very good. So I think you all had these 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18, and 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36. Now, can you please circle the common multiples?
Yes.
What do we have in common? We have
6.
6. What else?
12.
12
18.
and 18. Very good. But guys, what I care about is the least common multiple, which is 6. So now we know that our common multiple is 6. What does that mean? That means I have to make both of them denominator 6. So this fraction should be over 6 and this fraction should be over 6. If I want this fraction, the first one, I'm talking about the first one. If I want to make 2 over 3 equals something over 6, that means I have to multiply by what?
By 2.
By
By
3.
2. Very good, because 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so what do I get in the first fraction?
4 over 6.
What about the second fraction? It stays as it is, which is 5 over 6, right?
Yes.
And now I have two fractions that have the same.
Denominator.
So I change the unlike fractions into like fractions. Can I add them now?
Yes.
Can I subtract them? Yes. So now I can do whatever I want. Let us add them. So what's 4 plus 4 over 6 plus
Plus 2.
5 over 6? Now I can add them. It's 9 over
9 over 6. 9
Nine
over
over
6. Oh, easy.
It's very easy, right?
Yes, easy.
Yeah. So since we are done, let us practice some of them. Okay. So that's our lesson, and now I need to practice more. Let us continue. Here we have a lot of exercises. I'm going to do the first one for you. So the first fraction is 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. Do I have the same denominators?
No.
So I have 2 and 3. Let us list the multiples of 2 and the multiples of 3. Yalla, help me. What are the multiples of 2?
2, 4, 8.
Very good. 2,
4,
4, 6,
6, 8,
10,
10,
and 12,
That's it.
12,
Guys, we only list 5. ما بنعمل list لأكتر. إذا جانا عزنا بنرجع بنكمل. Yeah. What are the multiples of 3?
3, 6, 9, 12.
I will stop immediately because I already found the common multiple, right?
Yes. 6.
So the common multiple is 6. That means both fractions should be over
6.
6. Yeah, let us start with the first fraction. What do I multiply the first fraction by?
By 2.
The 2 became 6, right? Then what do I multiply by?
By 3.
By 3.
3.
What do I multiply the second fraction by?
2.
Very good. Because the 3 became 6. How? By multiplying by
2.
Very good. Then let us write the first fraction.
3 over 6 and 2 over 6.
Very good. So it's 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6. Do I have the same denominator?
Yes.
Can I?
Yes.
So now it's a like fraction.
5 over
5
6.
over 6.
Very good. Yalla, let us do the second one also together. What do I have in the second? نعم.
انت عملت هون بلس لازم يكون معناتها 3 هون وهونيك 4
شو ليش 4؟ ما 1 times 2 قد ايه هذه؟
بس انت عشانك قلت بلس
لك ايه بلس؟ نعمل بلس للنيوميريتور. 3 زائد 2 قد ايه هذه؟ عملنا على اصبعك. 3 زائد 2
5
Yalla, let us look at the second part. What do I have in the denominators?
3 and 5.
Yalla, let us list the multiples of 3 and the multiples of 5. Yeah.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
Very good. 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Let us list the multiples of 5.
5, 10, 15. We stop on 15.
We stop on 15. Bravo, Yahsen, because the 15 is the common.
Yes.
Okay, so
The
now,
denominator 5.
very
Now
good.
multiply 3.
يلا بس شوي يا حسين. حسين بس شوي. So both of them is going to have 15 as denominator. Then I should multiply the first fraction by
5 and by 5. By 5.
and I multiply the second fraction by
By 3 and by 3. By
Yeah.
3 and by 3.
1 times 5.
5 over 15. 5. And 3 over 15.
Can I add them?
8 over 15. 8 over 15.
Very good.
8 over 15.
Yeah. Guys, I want now to solve number 6 and I want you to pay attention very well. What are the denominators? 4 and 20.
4 and 20.
I'm not going to list the multiples of 4 and the multiples of 20. Who can tell me why?
Because 20 is not multiple.
حدا قال لي because 20 is divisible by 4. Very good.
Yes.
Yes.
Because if I only multiply
Yes.
4 by
4 by 5.
very good. So you have to be
4 by 5.
smart.
3 by 5.
So guys, listen to me. You have to be smart enough to know that sometimes you should only multiply one fraction, not both of them.
Yes, I know.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes. Because
Yes.
3 is not multiple for 20.
okay, so guys, the first fraction will become 15 over 20. And the second fraction remains as it is, which is 3 over 20. And now I add them together and I get
18 over 20. Very easy.
okay. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to practice more about these. And you're going to
Okay.
have the worksheet as a homework for Monday.
Bye, ma'am.
I solve it.
Okay. So that was our lesson. I don't want you to leave now, just to make sure that I took the full attendance today. Aya Jaber is not here. Haidar Aboud is not here. Malak is not here. Muhammad Haidar.
Miss, I didn't understand 4 over 20 so much.
And Rama Farhad is not here. So I think I took all the attendance. Tomorrow we're going to solve more about this. So never mind. Of course, we're going to practice. Ahmad, ما فيك تكون نايم هيك على التخت أبدا. أبدا يا مس.
Miss?
Yes يا مس.
Miss, the question 2, number 4.
ما تحكيني عن الورك شيت. ما تحكيني عن الورك شيت أبدا. أوكي؟ لأنه بس نخلص بنبقى بنحكي فيها. أوكي؟ يلا يا مس. So that was our lesson.